Look, how easy it is to prepare these wonders. Some impressive cheese rolls that are made with just 3 ingredients. And today, we're making this wonder, which is some cheese bread with just 3 ingredients. Hi, I'm Pelayo, and this is Saladolandia. And look at the wonder we have today. Some cheese breads that we've made with just 3 ingredients, and they're gluten-free. You can't ask for much more. So here's something super important, believe it or not, with 3 gluten-free ingredients and made in no time. They're really good. So, this is a great recipe. I hope you don't miss it and that you enjoy them. Really dare to make them. You're going to be surprised. They're delicious. And remember, with a really tasty cheese, you'll enjoy it even more. I'm going to make it with mozzarella, which has that little salty touch that I think is perfect for it. But hey, if you like it with another cheese, go ahead. This works with all of them. Let's go for it and enjoy. To prepare this marvel, we're going to use 200 grams of grated cheese, whichever you like best. I use mozzarella, which is about 1 package. Also, 270 grams or 2 cups of cornstarch, refined corn flour, or cornstarch. And 200 milliliters, or 1 cup of cream, or heavy cream. The first thing we do is put the 3 ingredients in the same container. So there I have the 2 big cups of cornstarch, or refined corn flour, or cornstarch. And I add the grated cheese. I used mozzarella because it has that slightly salty touch that I think works great, and a glass or cup of cream or heavy cream goes in. Once you have everything, it's time to knead. And since it's a very sticky product at first. If you have plastic gloves like these, great. If not, you can do it by hand, but it'll get messy. Or use a plastic bag, which will do the same job. Like these cute blue gloves I have. As you'll notice, as you knead, a thin layer will first form at the bottom of cornstarch powder. But don't worry, the moisture will absorb it. And as you keep pressing and releasing, it starts to take shape. So you have to spend a couple of minutes here, keeping your hand busy until it reaches the final point. Before it hardens, can you adjust it with any spice you like? In my case, I'm going to add a touch of salt and garlic powder. You can add whatever you want or just leave it plain. They're tasty, but I prefer adding salt and garlic. Another thing that I really like and usually enjoy is oregano and basil. But let your imagination run wild and add whatever you want, or just leave it with the clean taste of cheese, which is also a safe option. And that's it. Knead until you form a ball. It's that easy. Today's recipe is so easy that it doesn't even have a trick. Just a reminder, as with all doughs, if it's too soft and won't form a ball, add a bit more of the dry ingredient, cornstarch. If it turns out too hard, just add more cream. In the end, we need to achieve this texture you see here. Look, a ball that you can handle perfectly and in which you can make marks with your fingers if you want. Now, without further delay, we place a sheet of parchment paper or a silicone mat on a rack or baking tray. We take a large portion like this one you see here, about this size, enough to cover your palm, and you toss it a bit, shape it into a little ball, and then move on to the next one. These are going to be our breads. I'll also tell you that this size is perfect, but you can make them in another size and shape if you prefer. However, the baking time might vary a little bit depending on the shape and size of the breads you make. Alright, one more. I have it right here, just a little bit like this. I always like to do this. I think it's pretty important. Always make buns of a similar size, because if you don't, for example, If you feel like making 2 small ones and 1 big one, you'll have a bit more trouble when baking. Some cook early, others late, so one is hard and another overdone. Anyway, it's better to make each tray with buns of the same size. Look, here's another one. I'll also tell you, if you don't have gloves or plastic, just put a little bit of cornstarch or refined corn flour on your hands to do this shaping process, because if you don't, this dough, even though it's already formed into a ball, it's gonna stick to your fingers a bit and it's gonna be a bit messy. Alright, one more. Meanwhile, since I'm here, working today, and showing you everything, let me remind you that this is a good time, a really good time, the best time to hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything, it's free, it helps me a lot, and it also reminds you of all the new things we have on the channel, so it's a little advantage. New video, new notification, it's that easy. Oh, what a great way not to miss any details. Alright, the tray is ready, and now we're taking it straight to the oven. Remember to preheat the oven to 180 kasi 30 derajat C or 355 derajat C. Once it's ready, put everything in. It's as simple as waiting for the oven to work its magic. Buns this size will be ready in 15 to 20 minutes. You'll know they're ready because on the outside, they start to get a golden color. You don't want them to get too brown so they don't turn out hard, but you do want them to have a certain golden tone. So when they look like this, our buns are ready. All that's left is to let them cool down a bit and enjoy. Crispy outside, soft inside buns with cheesy flavor. I'm telling you, these are truly addictive. You can't miss them. Look, what a marvel. It's the same with food as it is with people. The inside is what matters most. Look at that, it looks amazing. Try making them one day, because I'm sure they'll really surprise you. And most importantly, it won't take you long and you'll enjoy them. And now comes the best part, tasting this wonder. Let's do it, I love them. The outside has a layer of crispy crust, very thin but crispy. And inside? It's a type of dough, not quite bread, more like a mix of bread and dough. But it's very soft, quite fluffy, and it's really delicious. I love mozzarella, and this easy recipe makes rolls that are super fancy. I'm telling you, they're amazing. The crumb doesn't turn out fluffy. Like I said, it's a bit compact, but at the same time, it's soft, and it's just delicious. Let me know in the comments if you like the recipe before I eat more. And if you want me to do silly things like this. They're delicious and simple to make. Just 3 or 4 ingredients, nothing else. If you think of any, tell me down here in the comments. That way, I can get some ideas. In the meantime, you can watch this video. You can see it looks amazing, right? Or click here to subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell and notifications. And every Thursday and Sunday, you'll get notified that we have a new recipe for you.